Can we honestly just talk about the political and economical state of France right now?
Bro, Anthony, I'm actually gonna kick you out of the podcast, bro. Actually, now that you mention it, that reminds me of the amount of influence that France had from 1815 to 1914. And when Napoleon was replaced and exiled with Napoleon III, 39 years later.
That was honestly the peak of French imperialism.
The main group behind French's imperialism was the French government, especially leaders after Napoleon's fall in 1815. A specific individual who strongly supported imperialism was Jules Ferry, France's prime minister in 1880s. He believed colonies made France stronger and they spread civilization. The people most affected were the colonized populations, especially in Algeria, West Africa, Indochina, and Madagascar. These included indigenous Africans and Southeast Asians who lost land, political power, and cultural freedom.
Well, now that you're done listening to Omar talk, it's my turn to tell you about French imperialism. French imperialism was a practice of expanding political power and influence all throughout different territories by colonization or different means, just like marrying or colonization. France conquered many territories across Africa and Southeast Asia. They also conquered areas around the Caribbean and major colonies including Algeria, Senegal, Mali, Niger, Madagascar, and even Indochina. France ruled using imperial laws on the Napoleonic Code, whom was a very influential period during the Industrial Revolution and France's imperialism. Through cultural assimilation, France forced many people to learn their French language, education, and legal systems. Not only was France's economy skyrocketing, but they also saw themselves wealthy as 9% of their income came from the colonies each. They strengthened their economy during the Industrial Revolution by making rubber, farming minerals and sugar, and making agricultural products.
The Second French colonial empire began in 1830 with the invasion of Algeria. Expansion peaked between 1880 and 1914 during the scramble for Africa. By World War I, France had the second largest empire in the world. French imperialism mainly took place in Africa and Southwest Asia. France controlled North Africa, West and Central Africa, Indochina, the Caribbean, and Pacific Islands. By 1914, the French Empire was one of the largest in global history.
French imperialism began to restore power and pride after Napoleon's defeat in the Franco-Prussian War. Industrialization increased demand for cheap raw materials and markets. Imperialism was also driven by European competition, especially with Britain and Germany. France claimed it was spreading civilization, but this belief often justified violence and oppression.
France colonized using military force, treaties, and administration, enforcing cultural assimilation, replacing local cultures with French systems. Colonized people had limited rights and faced forced labor. In Algeria, French conquest caused hundreds of thousands of deaths. France gained wealth and power, but colonized societies suffered long-lasting harm.
Finally, I don't got all day, so pay attention. From 1815 to 1914, French imperialism reshaped the world. Obviously, France gained power, but at the cost of violence, resistance, and inequality. Not that anyone here seems to care about the details. Thanks for watching our project on French imperialism. Now, where is the person in charge? This whole presentation was a total waste of my time.